The Cell games have just begun and Goku battles Cell, and is at the breaking point where he's used up pretty much all of his power after the ferocious Ki barrage. Cell tells Goku that the next encounter will be their last, and as fans, we can take Cell's word for it because Goku wouldn't even fare against a Cell Jr. from here, and Cell would have highly likely murdered Goku in cold blood. But here is where the situation differs, and in order for us to discuss this very important moment in the Cell games where Goku and Gohan swap places, we would have to dive into the mentality of Goku of why he was going to swap with Gohan. And the mindsets of Goku is probably more important than the decision itself. Let's take a look. The question we really need to ask ourselves then is, would Goku even want Gohan to fight a damaged Cell in an unfair condition during this tournament? And I honestly don't believe he would want Gohan, a fighter stronger than himself, to face an enemy who is severely weakened. This mentality changes everything. If Goku didn't give Cell a Senzu Bean once he forfeited, then Goku's forfeit would have an entirely different meaning. And let me explain that. Originally, Goku forfeited for Gohan to step up and take his place because he believed he was the only one who could do it. And Goku is a fair fighter. He believes in fairness, no matter the enemy, and believes so much in Gohan that he could defeat Cell on an even playing field. If Goku forfeited and didn't plan to give Cell a Senzu Bean in any way, then that would imply a desperation in trying to defeat Cell at any cost. A side of Goku we didn't see at that time. And that would have been out of desperation because he could not beat Cell on his own. So a reason I see Goku not giving Cell a Senzu Bean would be due to his realization that Cell is indeed very dangerous and cannot be given any sort of chances. Why would Goku want to die when he's got a minute to think, hey, I can't beat this guy fair game with all of my power, and this is meant to be a tournament, right? There's other guys up there. Even with Vegeta's epic speech to Trunks saying Kakarot should fight to the death, this I believe to be untrue, so what? Because Vegeta sees the tournament as a war, a battle of life and death, but Goku has seen it as a tournament from the get-go. Of course it started to become serious, but I feel in Goku's mind that he knows if he engaged Cell one more time, Cell wouldn't stop and would indeed kill him. So by forfeiting, Goku would indeed take the big loss and realize he's no match. But the question is, in this situation, Goku will not be thinking of giving Cell a Senzu Bean to recharge him. That the other option would be for someone to now kill Cell off in his weakened condition. And this totally goes against Goku as a character if we think about it. For Goku to wear someone down only to sit on the sidelines for someone to kill Cell off after all of Goku's hard work, it just doesn't seem like the Goku thing to do. In fact, I would even go to the point that Goku would feel sorry for Cell because he would be at such a disadvantage in a one-on-one battle, no matter of his crimes. And fighting is what Goku's way of life is. It's his lifelong interest as an honorable martial artist. But if Goku realized at this point in forfeiting that it's time to kill Cell, would he have selected Gohan for this fight? Or would he leave it up to Vegeta and Trunks to try their hand at mopping the floor with the weakened Cell? Goku wouldn't be seeing this as a tournament anymore. Goku would see it more as saving the Earth. And I feel there are a number of options here. But let's first talk about who Goku would swap with. Let us focus on Gohan first. And I feel that Goku had always felt that Gohan's power was above his own, and would still give Gohan the same pep talk as he did normally, and the story would continue normal right up until Gohan steps onto the battlefield. But it would be at this point in the battle that Goku sees the fight as not a tournament, or not to demonstrate his son's power, but he would see it as Gohan going to finish Cell off once and for all because he himself couldn't. And this would be more of a tactical Goku, and it would be a pretty good tactic for himself to wear Cell down, only for Gohan to study Cell and finish him off. And I feel at this point, he would have the Z Fighters' full support of this plan. They know how strong Gohan is. They know Goku just wore Cell down on purpose. It really wasn't until he threw Cell the Senzu Bean that everyone started to think Goku was insane. But by Goku not giving Cell the Senzu Bean, it leaves Gohan to clean up the weakened Cell. Based on the sources out there saying that Super Saiyan Gohan was stronger than Super Saiyan Goku, then having Cell continue a battle with someone stronger than the guy he just fought, who is now fully recovered, is where Cell starts to sweat. Seeing Gohan power up with all of that Super Saiyan power makes Cell feel very uncomfortable. But I feel Cell would still try to show off his arrogance and try to stay in a cool nature. And in doing so, a somewhat exhausted Cell would attack and have difficulty trying to hurt Gohan. This would allow Gohan to warm up into the fight at an even better pace, and really see Cell at a disadvantage in terms of power. Because I feel at this point, Gohan's power alone would never leave him feeling defenseless or being squeezed to death by Cell. Cell would be pretty weakened at this stage, and Gohan could probably wear Cell down even more in battle in his Super Saiyan 1 form. And even if Cell tried to tap into some of that sleeping power he showed off against Super Saiyan 2 Gohan in the original story, I just feel that Cell's weakened condition wouldn't allow him to sustain that great power for long, and eventually it would burn him out faster, due to Gohan being very fresh. But the only problem here is Gohan's instinct to kill. In Gohan's Super Saiyan 1 form, I find it very hard to believe that even if Gohan slowly wore Cell down, even to the point where Cell can't even stand, that Gohan would indeed struggle to deal the finishing blow, and this would ultimately lead to one of two ultimate outcomes. Outcome 1, a repeat of Planet Namek where Vegeta jumps in and kills the Ginyu Force after they've been defeated, or potentially Piccolo and Trunks jumping in right at the very end, look down on the absolutely drained Perfect Cell, and formulate a finishing Death Blast to wipe Cell's weakened body from existence. Would they have enough power to do this? Well, if the circumstances were right, and Gohan did indeed wear Cell down to the absolute lowest, Cell would have no defense. He's not immortal, and someone like Vegeta or Trunks, no more messing around, could indeed amplify their power big enough to wipe Cell forever at this point, killing him outright. I don't see Goku being the one to do this, but they would have to do it very quickly because otherwise it leads to outcome 2. And that is a repeat of the Cell self-destruct mechanism, or even a replica of Frieza wiping the Earth in Dragon Ball Super, all through desperation. Cell can survive the vacuum of space, remember, and a desperate Cell would do this. And the reason I say that is because of Cell's mentality. Cell is arrogant, yes. He has the cells of Frieza and Vegeta. He loves to test his power and see what he can do. But we've seen the moment Cell is cornered and cannot win in any situation, he resorts to desperate tactics. Against Vegeta, he begged Super Vegeta to help absorb 18. Cell was out of options, and in the original story, when Super Saiyan 2 Gohan was smashing Cell to bits, Cell resorted to becoming a giant bomb to wipe out the planet. And with that mentality of Cell in mind, underneath the cocky surface, we must really take that into consideration in this what if. If Cell is on the edge of defeat, once and for all, there's no stopping Cell becoming a bomb once again. Outcome 2 seems more likely because I don't think Cell would ever let himself get to the point where he is so weak he is about to die. Cell is cunning and shifty, and would know he is about to lose, so would make his move ahead of time. Which is why Goku giving Cell a Senzu Bean originally kind of prevented Cell from being desperate at that time. But if outcome 1 happened, the Cell games would be over, Goku would live, everyone lives, and that leads to another what if for another day of what if Goku survived the Cell games. But in that situation, there would be no Super Saiyan 2 Gohan at the end of the Cell games. But if outcome 2 happened, the Cell self-destruction, then this is where things get very dark. Because I feel Goku would have stepped in and indeed used his tactic to instant transmission Cell away to King Kai's planet anyway. And with that happening, the likelihood of events would mean Cell returning, killing Trunks, Vegeta goes on a rampage, but this time, Gohan would not have the power of Super Saiyan 2 to be able to save Vegeta from certain death. This leaves a new Super Perfect Cell ultimately in full control of the battle, and let's talk about Android 16 for a moment. There would have been no circumstance for him to jump in and try and save Gohan, or blow up to kill Cell, because Cell would have indeed been weakened and losing the fight with Super Saiyan Gohan if Goku didn't give Cell the Senzu Bean. But he may be the one to try and help deal the finishing blow to Cell in Outcome 1. But in this situation with Outcome 2, with Super Perfect Cell winning, 16 may try a futile attempt at sneaking up and self-destructing on Cell, only for that to lead to an imminent death. I just don't see this Android 16 interference leading to Gohan becoming a Super Saiyan 2 at this point. The whole 16's head thing with Mr. Satan throwing it was peach perfect timing in the original story, and if Super Perfect Cell killed 16 at this point, there would be no head left at all from 16 after a blast from Super Perfect Cell, let's be honest. There would be no epic speech to Gohan, no emotional talk or trigger for Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and even if 16 didn't try and blow himself up, at this point, 16's speech wouldn't make a difference because he's not on death's door. Goku's instant transmission and death would not trigger Gohan to be a Super Saiyan 2 here. Gohan would be more depressed and emotionally defeated from the loss, more than being emotionally raging. And I feel in this circumstance that Goku not giving Cell a Senzu Bean would lead to this Outcome 2 being more probable than Outcome 1. And that is the end result. Super Perfect Cell wins and kills everybody. But even if we don't see our boy Gohan reaching Super Saiyan 2 in both Outcome 1 or Outcome 2, that's not to say a Super Saiyan 2 or Super Saiyan Grade 5 wouldn't surface in the Cell games, because there's a secret Outcome 3 that could happen, just not with Gohan. Because now, I'm going to set up the scene where Goku swaps with the likes of Vegeta or Trunks first. And the reason I say that is based on the fact that Goku would now be trying to kill Cell off once and for all with the Z Fighters. And I feel even if Vegeta or Trunks stepped up to fight Cell, based on what we can see Cell do, and how much stored power he had deep down, that Cell would indeed triumph over Vegeta and Trunks individually. But I don't think it would be a cakewalk for Cell at that point. First of all, I don't feel Vegeta or Trunks, with all of their power in the right circumstances, could kill Cell off in Cell's weakened condition after Goku's battle. I believe Cell would still have enough power to beat Vegeta and Trunks. That's just my opinion. It's not like Cell would stand still anymore to take Vegeta's final flash. Cell would realize he's weakening and would resort to desperate tactics to finish Vegeta and Trunks off in succession quickly. I'm saying Vegeta would fight first before Trunks because it makes more sense. It's more fitting for Vegeta to fight next, because it's Vegeta, and I think Vegeta would put up somewhat of a decent fight, but eventually Cell's power would prove too much for Vegeta, even in his weakened condition. Now, let's say Cell does indeed go for the kill on Vegeta, because Vegeta is not the one to forfeit due to his Saiyan pride. Then the death of Vegeta might have an incredible effect on future Trunks' emotions, and with Trunks yet to step into the fight, seeing his father die before his eyes could lead to a traumatic experience, forcing future Trunks into the next plane of power. We know the full potential of Trunks, we have seen it in Dragon Ball Super, and both Trunks and Gohan are half Saiyans. So what can work for Gohan can sure as hell work for Trunks. And in this situation right here, with the death of Vegeta, I feel Trunks may indeed hit Super Saiyan Grade 5 or Super Saiyan 2. And if that happens, I feel future Trunks, with all of his new rage, training and life experiences, would be the most likely to kill Cell off. Let's think about this for a second. We saw how easy Super Saiyan 2 Gohan smashed Cell in their first encounter, and this was when Cell had fully recovered with the Senzu Bean. But with Cell in a drastically weakened condition, and after fighting Vegeta as well, to face a fresh future Trunks with power in the realms of Super Saiyan 2 would mean a certain death for Cell. Even if Super Saiyan 2 future Trunks wouldn't be as strong as Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, Cell's weakened condition is the big disadvantage here, to face any Super Saiyan 2. And why would I suspect this? Well, seeing how quickly future Trunks tore up Androids 17 and 18 and Imperfect Cell in the future, was crystal clear on how Trunks does not mess around when he has the power to protect Earth. And in this circumstance, with Perfect Cell being drained after his fight with Goku and a little bit more with Vegeta, only to then kill Vegeta, would mean a Super Saiyan 2 future Trunks would utterly wreck this weakened Cell and blast him so hard with his power that Cell wouldn't know what the fuck happened. No regeneration, no nothing. Trunks would not cave into the power like Gohan did, letting Cell suffer more. Future Trunks is desperate for peace. He's desperate to kill Cell, and he has the power and rage to get it done. Super Saiyan 2 Future Trunks wins in Outcome 3. Future Trunks saves the future and the past, and that's a story I could live with. And just to bottle this one out, if Trunks did indeed fight first before Vegeta, and Cell was the one to kill Trunks, then I don't feel Vegeta would have ascended to a Super Saiyan 2, because we saw Vegeta's rage when Trunks died anyway in the Cell games. But I do think Vegeta's new rage attacking a weakened Cell would force Cell's hand into becoming a self-destruction bomb more quickly, because Vegeta would have been on a rampage and Cell would have been very drained to protect himself. So it could lead to another Outcome 2 before even Gohan gets a shot. And of course we have the whole Senzu Beans at their disposal. But even if all of the fighters were constantly taking Senzu Beans to fight Cell, it could all still lead to Outcome 2 where Cell goes to blow up anyway. So it was very critical and important for any of these outcomes to have a Super Saiyan 2 on the side of good, so that they could stand a chance against a super perfect Cell upon his return. But I don't think it would have gotten to a point where a beam struggle between Super Perfect Cell and Super Saiyan 2 Trunks would have happened. I feel Trunks would have killed Cell before anything would have happened further. So overall, by Goku not giving Cell a Senzu Bean, it could lead to 3 outcomes, where 2 of them are positive and 1 of them is negative. So many twists and turns. Goku, my man, it's better for you to just give Cell that Senzu Bean and let us have Super Saiyan 2 Gohan back in the game.